2026, everyone. Yes, there's some new stuff going down on the channel. I have never done something quite like what I'm about to attempt doing. All of you guys know I trophy hunt. That's one of my favorite things to do. I love getting platinum trophies, love boosting gamer score, I love doing all of that. But things are about to be just a teensy-weensy bit different. Guys, we are going to be going for the Platinum Trophy in The Sims 4. Now, the reason things are a little bit different this time around is because a gauntlet has actually been thrown down. Noisyface, who doesn't necessarily hunt Platinum Trophies, she participated in the June Achievement Challenge with us, but generally isn't on the hunt for gamer score. She has thrown down a challenge my way. That's right, guys. She's thrown it down for the Sims Platinum Trophy, and it's because she is very, very good at The Sims. She's very good at it. So she figured, hey, my first Platinum Trophy could be The Sims 4. Why not make a go of it? Now, as you guys know, there's a lot of ways you can kind of exploit The Sims. It's one of the faster platinums out there as far as like exploits go and loading in saves and stuff like that. So there are some parameters that are coming on this one that are going to really come into play. So let's check those out really quick. We do have our rules sheet here. So as I mentioned before, being able to like load in houses and stuff like that. Essentially in this challenge, there are no galleries. No gallery uploads anyway. So or downloads rather. You're not allowed to download anything from the gallery at any time. So any user made content, nope. No cheats, obviously. We're not putting in the money cheat or anything like that. That kind of makes sense. We gotta protect the integrity of the challenge. So yeah, I'm completely all for that one. Now, if the game does let you do things naturally, that's on the game. So any kind of exploits within the game that aren't downloads, so farming up points or anything to get potions, using cakes to age up really fast, stuff like that. If it's baked into the game without cheats, that makes perfect sense. And then of course, yes, content updates. You gotta regularly update. I'm thinking mine are probably going to be either once a week or bi-weekly, either on the channel or, of course, on the Button Mash Mug Smash podcast, where we kind of go over things. And then, of course, first to the platinum wins. The loser must play the game of the winners choosing from their channel. And yes, they must do their best to beat that game. I have also put a stipulation in there because it seems to be a fun Sims community thing to throw shade at the Star Wars pack Batu. Noisy will have to buy Batu and all of its fun content. She'll finally be able to run around with a lightsaber should I beat her. Now, guys, with all of that out of the way, I know it's a lot. But I figured, why not take this first video opportunity to kind of look at what we're dealing with. Out here, we've got the Sims trophy list right in front of us. I know, there's a lot. We're going to view all trophies. We're going to do our breakdown like we usually do anytime we're doing like a retro achievement run or something like that. So, okay. Oh, that's view all of my trophies. Well, that's interesting. Okay. So if we reveal hidden, essentially we're just going to kind of go through these one by one. That's our ultimate goal, guys. The Platinum Trophy. Of course, woohooing in a rocket ship. I would imagine you have to build a rocket. So maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to lie, guys. I don't know to the degree of how difficult some of these may end up being. I don't. All-nighter, have a sim stay up for 24 straight sim hours. That's probably not very hard. Obviously, we've got long-winded ones like the Alphabet Legacy, having 26 generations in a home. Maxing out different careers. So the entertainer, I'm sure there's going to be other ones as well. There are some crazy ones that I do know will require some kind of manipulation of the game. So I do know that you can have certain paintings that evoke certain emotions that aren't gallery pulled. Like you can actually paint these things, but also potions can get you through different emotions to get something like basket case. Maxing out handiness. Let's check out this hidden. Outlive 5 spouses. That's probably not too tough. Just marry him, kill him. Marry him, kill him. Marry him, kill him. Max level violin, max level business. So different. These kind of ones I feel like are going to come into play really over the entire run, but also primarily within the Alphabet Legacy. So we'll be able to kind of focus there in the early stages and bust these out. Have a sim listen to all the radio stations and watch all the TV channels. It does say 0.3% of players have earned, so maybe that's a little harder than most would think. Have a sim reach max level in programming, max level in cooking, max level logic. So like I said, quite a few in here where it's just maxing out the different professions. Play with an 8 sim household. That should be pretty quick, even if we save scum and just load in 8 sims. Have a sim max level at video games. Well, that sounds like me, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's one of the earlier things we hit. Have a family of 8 playable ghosts. You could probably stack this with Full House. Have a ghost in your house, so once you do the 8 playable ghosts, you should just pop a lot of these right away. Sim maxed out in gardening. Befriend the Grim Reaper. Hello, darkness, my old chum. Alright. Have a sim reach max level in the secret agent career. Have a sim do nothing social for 24 hours. That's probably not very hard either. Just kind of lock the doors and just watch them sit there. Have a sim max out in the rocket science skill. That'll probably be how we build a rocket that we can smash somebody in. So yeah, there's quite a few here. Play a household for 10 generations or more. That's going to go into Alphabet Legacy. That'll kind of be an unofficial halfway point because it's not quite halfway, but yeah, that makes sense. Max level in writing, max level guitar, max level mischief. Have a sim both max thin and max fat within a lifetime. Okay. It's, you know, so we gotta work out, we gotta get in shape, and then we gotta throw it all away. Alright, then we gotta freaking supersize me style. Have a sim age up, which will be really easy. Have a sim complete 5 aspirations, 0.8% and a gold. That one's probably pretty tough. Now, I do know that within the sims, you're able to do things like disable the aging. So maybe if you're going for that one, you know, you can work for a while with that sim, and then turn aging back on should you prefer to do so. Maxing out painting, gaining 1 million simoleons across a single household. That makes sense as we're going essentially 26 gens in there. If we're not a millionaire at some point after 26 sims, something is wrong. So, maxing out charisma, unlock a new plant type through grafting. Don't know what the hell that is, but we're going to figure it out. Have a sim reach max level in the Tech Guru, max level astronaut, max level comedy. So we got to have a freaking Chris Farley, a Jim Carrey up in here. Sim max level criminal career, mixology. Oh, like Tom Cruise and Cocktail. And then play a sim from birth to natural death. Again, we're going to have plenty of opportunities to do that. So that shouldn't be too difficult. It does say 1% though, so we'll see. Have a sim with 12 or more traits. Okay, see, some of these I'm just not as versed in. This is where Noisy will have an advantage really over me, is she knows what a lot of this means and how to plug things in. So max level in the writer career. Have a sim give birth to triplets. I've heard that this one's pretty hard. 1.1%, you're kind of rolling the RNG dice, but a lot of my Sims tend to do some smashing anyway, so we'll have plenty of attempts to be able to knock out 3 kids. Have a Sim max out in cooking, in culinary. I feel like those are kind of the same thing, but okay. Reveal hidden woohoo with a ghost. Well, if we have an entire household of ghosts, we could go smash a ghost in there too, so that'll be good. And then have a Sim reach max level in the athletics career. I believe we just went through all of these because strangely when I press view all trophies, it just takes to my most recent trophies. So, all right. Works for me. All right, guys. Well, that is kind of the lowdown on essentially how we're going to be challenging Noisyface. Honestly, I want to hear from you guys, of course. You know, if this challenge does seem interesting to you, if it's gonna be crazy difficult, that's another thing I would I would like to know. It doesn't matter though. It's first to the platinum wins, and I believe there was a stipulation that regardless you gotta finish. So even if she gets all the trophies today and I don't get a single one, I still have to go the journey. And then, yeah, we will determine kind of as this challenge goes on, what's she gonna play? What's she gonna end up having to do? That's gonna be some of the most fun of it. So definitely tune in, guys. Like I said, I think these are most likely going to be weekly uploads, just kind of taking things into account. Now I'll be honest with you, there may be some hopping around, just because I'm running on the PlayStation Pro in here when we're laying down content, but also, you know, we've got the PS Portal, so I might be able to do a few miscellaneous things, but definitely trophy captures are going to be enabled. So if I do bag a trophy off video, when I come in, we'll be able to kind of go over what we've got and what we do moving forward. So I can't wait to do this. It's going to be a fun 2026. I'm not the best at The Sims, but I have a good time with it, and I hope you guys end up having a good time checking the whole thing out. So, like I said, continue to tune in each week as we try to get the Platinum Trophy before Noisyface does, guys. I'm going to leave this one here, but you have a good one.